Here's my implementation of the core mechanics of Guitar Hero using Python and Kivy. I have it set to the one song, More Than a Feeling, and I have it so that you can resize the window and everything scales appropriately. There are 5 different colors, each mapping to the 5 different lanes, and you can hit them using the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In the top left, you have the instruction P for unpausing and pausing the song. You have the song time measured in seconds, and there is a display to show what note I am playing at any given time, or what button I'm pressing at any given time. This is just so that when I'm doing the demonstration that you can see what notes I'm playing. You'll notice that the buttons at the bottom are changing color to indicate what button I'm pressing at the same time. And it's playing a wrong note sound because there's no correct note, so therefore it must be a wrong note. It plays the wrong note sound effect by playing a section or a region in a single wave file that has multiple sound effects. Here you can see if I play the same note over and over again, it'll play a different sound effect, randomly chosen from the set of all regions. In the top right, you'll see my score, which is currently at 0. The way the scoring mechanic works is that when you hit a note within the slop window, then if you hit it, you'll always get at least 50 points, but if you hit it right frame perfect, you'll get 100 points, and depending on how far off you were, you'll get anywhere between 50 and 100 points, 50 being at the border of the slop window, 100 being right at the center or frame perfect. Here I'll start the song, and you'll notice that every time I play a note and hit it correctly, a star particle effect will appear, and the gem disappears. However, if I miss the note, as you saw right there, the note will go past and change color to indicate that it is no longer a hittable note. Here, I also implemented, for debugging purposes, the ability to press the up arrow or down arrow in order to progress through the song in increments of 1 second. This is just to debug, and not actually meant as a core mechanic. Here, I'm using it here in order to demonstrate that I have implemented the method for hitting multiple notes at the same time. So, here, I'll just show very quickly that I can hit both notes at the same time. And yeah, so that's my implementation. You'll see in the top right, that's my score. I've actually implemented all of the beat mappings for this song, so if you would like to, you can feel free to go through the rest of the song. Now, I also wanted to briefly go over how I managed to map this flat plane into perspective, because this honestly proved much less intuitive or much more involved than I had expected. Honestly, I probably could have projected this into a 3D space and then projected it back into a 2D plane, but I decided to go with the art approach of modeling perspective. Here I include a PDF that includes my explanation. So the task was to project an XY coordinate in flat space into a perspective space, and I was trying to figure out how to get X units right and Y units away, where X and Y in this case are between 0 and 1, but it can also be less than 0 or greater than 1, because the procedure that I used actually ended up being generalizable. So, in order to map something that is 1/3 units away and 2/3 units to the right, I begin by getting 1/3 units across from both the top and bottom of the trapezoid, connecting them, drawing a diagonal, and then finding the intersection of the two. The Y coordinate of the intersection of the two, in perspective art, is considered 1/3 of a unit away. Next, I want to do 2/3 units to the right. So to do this, I again do 2/3 units to the right and 2/3 units to the right, draw a line connecting them, and then find the intersection between that and the Y coordinate, and this final green dot is where the final coordinate gets mapped to. I used this a lot when I was doing the mapping, and what this allows me to do is I can on demand change the perspective. So it was 0.4, now it is 0.7, and if I reload it, you'll see that the top is now much closer in width to the bottom. I can also do this, set this completely equal to, and it will just be a normal flat projection of the game. So that is my submission for the core mechanics of Guitar Hero. Thank you.